Good afternoon. My name is Daryl Reed. I'm a detective sergeant in the homicide unit here in Hamilton, and we're here today to give an update on a homicide that happened yesterday morning in Stoney Creek. At approximately 4:20 a.m., the Hamilton Police Service received a number of 911 calls for a shooting that occurred in the area of Highway 8 and Fruitland Road in Stoney Creek. Officers responded and located two vehicles at that location that had been involved in a collision just east of the intersection. One vehicle was a white Kia, and the second vehicle was a red Acura. Officers located one male in the Acura who was suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. That person was transported to an area hospital, and he later succumbed to his injuries. Today we are identifying that victim as 16-year-old Faison Awan. We have learned that Faison was driving eastbound on Highway 8 and was being pursued by multiple vehicles. During the chase, there was a collision between the Kia and the Acura, resulting in the chase ending just east of Fruitland Road. At that point, multiple people shot firearms at the Acura and then fled either in vehicles or on foot, leaving Faison behind, suffering from his gunshot wounds and alone. We believe that this is a targeted shooting. We continue to conduct our interviews and collect surveillance video in the area. We encourage anyone who has information that can assist us in this investigation to come forward and to review any dash cam footage that they may have of the incident, and please contact us and provide that video to us. And with that update, I'm happy to take some questions.
Where is Faison from?
He is from the York region.
What was he doing in this area?
That still is a major part of our investigation, trying to track his movements into the city. We are starting to gather that information now, but it's not enough information for me to comment on.
And he was alone in the SUV?
No, we believe there was at least one other person in the Acura, and we're working on trying to identify those people as well. As I said, the chasing vehicles fled the scene. One was left behind, and then a number of people ran on foot as well.
So it's believed the occupants of his vehicle were the ones that fled on foot?
It's too early to say whether they were part of the group that fled on foot, but we have knowledge that multiple people did run away.
Was he driving?
Yes.
Any idea how many vehicles were involved, the chase vehicles, or can we put it at least 3, 4, or, you want to just keep it at multiple?
I could say at least 3 at this point. The difficulty or the investigative avenues that we're pursuing right now is there were other people that were in the area driving around. There was people going to work or coming home. We want to clarify each of those vehicles, whether they were involved or just happened to be going through the community at the time. But I'm comfortable in saying there was at least 3 chase vehicles.
Do you have an idea of what those models and makes might be?
I do, but for investigative reasons, we're just not going to disclose that at this point.
Yeah. And you had mentioned people driving about there, going to work maybe just a second ago. It seems like this was a pretty chaotic scene, right? You have at least 3 cars chasing another car, and then a shooting happening. What can you say about the public safety aspect of something like this happening when people are going to work?
Yeah. Any shooting in our city, and we've had shootings, there's been a number of shootings over the last few years. Any shooting in our city is a concern and always puts members of our public at risk, whether they're walking in the neighborhood or just enjoying their own property and sitting in their home. And we have to do everything we can to stop these from happening, to deal with these people and make them accountable for their actions.
And you mentioned the chase. How long were they in pursuit of this SUV?
Yeah, we're still working on kind of the front end of that chase, but I'm comfortable in saying it was at least 2 or 3 blocks. So it started from the west of Fruitland Road and continued eastbound for at least 3 blocks.
High speed?
Yes, I can't give you a quantified number for that, but yeah, they were not obeying the speeding limit.
Who owns those vehicles?
So that's part of also our investigation. Both vehicles have been reported stolen. So part of our investigation is dealing with that, and not necessarily from the Hamilton area, but also from other jurisdictions as well.
I saw the K9 unit out yesterday searching in one particular backyard. Any progress with that?
No, we were following witness accounts and surveillance video of people that had run on foot, jumping through fences and stuff. So we were following that path of flight to look for any articles that were disposed of.
Do you think that the suspects had to go crashing into the car where the 16-year-old was to kind of stop him and start the shooting?
I think it's a little premature for me to comment on that until we collect more information and interview more people. I can confirm that there was that collision. Part of that is on surveillance video, so we do have that. But we need to get more witness accounts and try to narrow down what was happening.
Was there an exchange of gunfire or just gunfire coming from the white sedan into the SUV?
All I can say with accuracy right now is that the people chasing Faison's car, multiple people shot at Faison's car at the time of the collision when it stopped.
Obviously pretty early, but what do you think is behind this?
You're correct, it is kind of too early. We need to learn more about Faison's life and his movements in the days leading up to this. And we rely on the community to come forward. There's people out there with answers. We know people ran away on foot, so there's people that have information to give us, and we encourage those people to come forward and provide us the information we need.
Based on the information you have, what can you say about how many people ran away from that red Acura or may have been in it at the time of the shooting and crash?
Yeah, that's difficult to say because it is dark out and there's multiple vehicles in the area. Based on our investigation, I feel there was at least one person that fled from Faison's vehicle, but there were other people that were in the area that fled as well. So whether they happened upon it or they jumped out of the chasing vehicles and then ran on foot, we have to clarify that still.
What can you say about a timeline for an autopsy at this point?
So that's taking place today. It's probably going to finish up shortly in Toronto, and then hopefully we'll have that information available too.
You spoke with the family?
Pardon me?
You spoken with the family?
I have, yes.
Can you share with us anything that they might have told the police about the election?
I'll keep most of that communication personal between them and myself. They're a loving family. They're distraught that their 16-year-old child is now deceased and has died in a violent manner like this. And they're struggling to find the answers that we're trying to find for them. They do have a large family, so they have a big support network, and it's going to be a difficult time for them moving forward.
Can you touch on how many times he was shot?
That I'm not going to comment on at this time, just multiple, yes.
Did gunfire shatter the back window, back driver's side window of that SUV?
That will be part of more forensic investigation, so we've towed those vehicles back to our police station. Because of the nature of the incident, we're going to write search warrants to search those vehicles, so that will come in the next day or two. So as our forensic officers get into the vehicle and start examining it, we'll know more about that.
Do you know if the victim tried to get out when police found him? Was he still with his seatbelt on?
That information I don't have, but he was still in the driver's seat when the police officers arrived. Okay. Okay, we hope to have some updates going forward, and we'll let you know if we have that information.
Any plan on releasing pictures or surveillance video anytime soon?
Not surveillance video. The family have asked not to release a photo of their son at this point. But as we move forward, if there's an investigative need for the video, we'll reach out and we'll provide that to you.
All right. Is there a reason why a 16-year-old would be driving on Highway 8 Furland Road at 4:20 in the morning?
There's probably a few reasons, but the importance is for us to understand why this particular 16-year-old was there, and hopefully the people that were with him can shed light on that if we can encourage them to come forward and speak to us. Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.